Today, Duke Energy apologized and explained why it left hundreds of thousands of people without power on Christmas Eve. The company went through the timeline that led up to those rolling blackouts we told you about for days. WRAL's Capitol Bureau Chief Laura Leslie joins us now live with what the power company says went wrong. Laura?
Deb, Duke Energy executives blamed a series of rapidly evolving problems on Christmas Eve. They included errors in forecasting, equipment failure due to extreme cold, and even a software crash. They said with low supply and high demand, they had no choice but to start those rolling blackouts. But those outages didn't go as planned either. Duke Energy North Carolina President Kendall Bowman said they believed they had enough power going into Christmas Eve, but their forecast for demand was off by as much as 10%.
Not only were the temperatures much lower than typical in our region, they dropped at a very fast rate. It got much colder, much faster than what we normally see here in the Carolinas.
As the temperatures dropped, controls at 3 plants froze up despite weatherproofing, cutting their power generation by half. And then power the company had arranged to purchase on the grid never showed up, said Duke spokesman Jeff Brooks.
The conditions we were dealing with were the same conditions that were being dealt with across all of the Southeast and much of the East Coast. And so it created a situation where it was very difficult to get assistance, even stuff that we had already booked and scheduled, into our system.
The grid was getting dangerously close to crashing, forcing the utility to use rolling blackouts to stabilize it. Duke has never had to use them before.
These measures that were taken were absolutely necessary and were an important step to maintain the reliability of the grid and to avoid a potentially longer or larger outage.
But Duke Energy Carolina CEO Julie Jansen said the software program that was supposed to manage the rolling outages did not work correctly and left too many people in the dark for far too long. Jansen said Duke would handle the outages better if they're necessary again in the future.
We own what happened. We have set out on a path to ensure that if we're faced with similar challenges, we will see a different outcome.
Now, just within the past few minutes, Governor Roy Cooper's office put out a press release saying that actually it was 5 Duke facilities that were compromised by that extreme cold temperatures, not just 3 of them. One improvement that Duke says is already in the works is better communication. They say they're updating their automatic text message system to let you know about rolling blackouts if needed, as well as outages in your area. Deb?
All right, Laura Leslie reporting live for us tonight. Thank you, Laura.